it would be like a tale that I'd tell to random children on the street.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Y'all better start paying attention.
Where does my milk go?
I can't stop thinking about this. Can you just imagine the Knicks win, kicking off an already generational summer, high morale, everyone's happy, good times in the city, and then Trump dies. Oh, please, universe, please. It would be like when I'm an 80-year-old woman, it would be like a tale that I'd tell to random children on the street. The summer of 2026, the Knicks won for the first time in 27 years, and Trump dropped dead. Oh, God, Lord, please let it be. Oh, my God. I just can't stop thinking about it. It would be an amazing summer.
So is that what stage 4 TDS looks like? Good grief. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. Thank you for spending time. It's going to be a great show today, so let's jump in that liberal pool of madness right now. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
Man, I don't give a damn what nobody say. They trying to wipe out half the human race.
Are they trying to do that by secretly setting off your smoke detectors? Driving everybody crazy?
They gonna break you, and if they don't break you, they gonna kill your ass with some type of bacteria through the water, the food, or some type of airborne shit. Man, they come up with too much shit. Y'all better start paying attention.
What are you talking about? And who is they? Seems like you're kind of off your meds, my man.
What do you don't like about white people?
1, they breathe. 2, they speak. 3, they have thoughts.
And 4, you're also white. What are you talking about? These people are so retarded. Okay.
And all of it just needs to stop. We need women in power. We need people who are not white in power. We're done with the white men. We're done.
What non-white country are you kind of looking at saying, hey, you know, they're doing it right because they don't have white people?
That's the dumbest question.
It's so dumb because I have no idea what the answer really is because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Ignore.
well, no, if they're the problem, there's people that are the solution. Who's the...
Now that would be the logical deduction. If something is the problem, there must be a solution, but she has no idea.
The solution, who's doing it right?
Women.
Women.
Look at Mexico. You can look at, anything.
Mexico's like a narco state, basically.
Huh?
Isn't Mexico like a narco state, though?
They got one bad area, Mike.
Yeah, one bad area called Mexico.
It's a one bad area in Mexico?
Yes.
Women.
Oh no, you see that flag? I'm gonna tell you what. Getting their DoorDash.
I tell you, after watching some of the videos I've seen, I don't think I'm ever going to be doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that. I just can't trust it. And check out this next lady. She thinks that your pool is there for her kids to swim in. I'm telling you, the entitlement of the left is off the charts, and I know this lady is left just by the size of her glasses. Take a look.
If you are my neighbor and you have a pool, my kids are going to go use your pool whether you're home or not, or whether they have your permission or not. My neighbor's not home. She left to go work. It's summer break. I told my kids, I'm like, hey, do you guys want to go to the pool? We could use, Mrs. whatever's, pool. So they got ready and went to go, and they're having a good time. It doesn't hurt nobody. I'm not doing anything to your property. My kids are just going over to use the pool. Nobody's there. Who cares? If you don't want people using your pool, then maybe you should have bought a house without one. I guess she came home like during her lunch or whatever it is and saw that my kids were at the pool, and she knocked on my door. And then she's like, I never said that they could go into the pool. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? The pool's outside, It's not.
The pool's outside, so I mean, what can you do? You have to use it, right? Brother.
Not inside your home. If you don't want nobody using your pool, then maybe you should have built the pool inside your house. I'm like, just give them 1 more hour and they will be done, And I sent her on her way. I closed the door in her face because you're not going to tell me that my kids cannot use your pool. I'm sorry about that. It's the summer break, okay? Let them have a good time.
Well, then why don't you buy a house with a pool in it, and then they can go use it anytime they want? And look, the bigger concern here is that if something happened to any of those kids in that pool, your neighbor would be liable. That's why they don't want kids just willy-nilly jumping into their pool. I'm telling you, these people they're freaking brain dead. And President Trump is getting a little bit of heat from the left because they are just incensed because he's trying to make DC beautiful again. Here is an absolutely stupid question from a reporter to President Trump, and in classic Trump style, he throws some serious shade at the reporter. Check it out.
Mr. President, you are here against the backdrop of the war in Iran. Why focus on all these projects right now? We're still seeing gas prices soar.
Because I want to keep our country beautiful and safe.
What is the status?
It's such a stupid question you asked. We're fixing up the reflecting pond to the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and you say, why are you fixing it up? Because you can understand dirt maybe better than I can, but I don't allow it. This is one of the worst reporters. She's with ABC Fake News, and she's a horror show. She's saying, why would you bother fixing this up? Why would I bother taking 11 or 12 truckloads of filth out of the water in front of the Lincoln Monument? That's what made our country great. Beauty made our country, people made our country great. A question like that is a disgrace to our country. Any other questions?
Well, before the construction started on the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, President Trump offered some concept art to show what his vision of the finished product would look like. I don't think the left really appreciated it. Check it out.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead.
I mean, I love it. I think that would be awesome. Of course, this is not what it's going to look like, but it's pretty funny. I kind of wish that they would have done that. And of course, because President Trump is for it, the libs have to be against it, even though it makes absolutely no sense.
Came down here to see if the National Park Service is actually painting the reflecting pool blue. And they're really doing it right now with blue paint. So it looks like a swimming pool, except it doesn't. But it's happening. And it's so weird and dumb.
Dude, this is sucky and it's tacky and we're just gonna pay never this bitch.
So Trump says it's only going to cost $2 million. And if you believe that, I have a reflecting pool to sell you. But in the meantime, this is what he said he wants to see out of the new reflecting pool. And I'm going to read this. He said, quote, like in the Bahamas. He said, well, this is Washington, sir. We can give you turquoise. But why don't you try like we have a color? It's called American flag blue. I said, that's the color I like. That's a quote from Donald Trump.
And here are some more TDS-stricken libs.
I would have preferred to keep it like it was.
It's an incredibly stupid idea. I'm delighted that it's still reflecting.
I think it's horrible. The color I've seen on the news is disgusting to me, as opposed to how beautiful it was in the past.
So I think President Obama spent something like $37 million to renovate the reflection pool, and nobody could care less. The left were totally cool with it. But President Trump spent something like $9 million, and oh my gosh, the sky is falling and democracy is going to be destroyed because President Trump wants to make DC, our nation's capital, beautiful again. And I think he's doing a great job. But of course, the libs, they can't stand for anything good, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. But let's take a look at some libs compared to some normal people. I don't know if they're on the right, but they probably are. But let's take a look.
It's a reflecting pool, not a swimming pool.
I like it. Seems like a nice idea.
It's just being ruined.
I really like the fact that they're fixing it up.
I mean, maybe it needed to be fixed, but not painted blue.
I think, isn't it a landmark? It's a landmark. It has history. It's nation. It's like history does not need to be changed.
I mean, I'm down for anything that when you're rebuilding a city.
If you're going to do it right, it's going to cost money.
It's a lot of money. It's my tax dollars, and I don't want my tax dollars paying for that.
I think this is a great project. It's something that definitely is where I would want my tax dollars spent. But after years of neglect by the Democrats, and to be fair, there's been plenty of Republican presidents that have done really nothing. Now, Obama spent like $30 million, I think. It took a few years to do some renovations on the reflection pool, but it didn't turn out. It ended up being nasty. Nobody took care of it. Algae began to grow, and it just became an eyesore. It became ugly, but apparently Democrats like ugly. Hey, if you're enjoying the show and would like to sponsor an episode, it is super easy to do. There's a super thanks, a PayPal, or we can do a hot chocolate together. Scan the QR code. All the links are down below, and I appreciate all your support.
The Washington Post had this crazy Instagram post where they described the blue Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool as bypassing a bunch of the normal processes to be able to get approval.
They only care when it's not them.
Oh, totally. And they had this quote, "A blue-tinted basin risks reading more like a large lap pool than the solemn and hallowed visual and spatial connection between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial." And all the comments are so hateful. They're like, I feel like public monuments should go through an approval process, not authorized solely by presidents to keep renovating D.C. They say Trump is vandalizing the Capitol. It's so infuriating to have an administration that is so damn disrespectful to every facet of our country. It's like, bro, it's going to look better.
The construction is done and the reflecting pool is being refilled. And it's not just water that's going back into the pool, my friends. No. It is a special blend of water and mostly liberal tears.
I'm in front of the reflecting pools here in D.C. Reflecting pool that Donald Trump has drained and is now lining with some cheap-ass blue tile so that it looks more like a swimming pool from Mar-a-Lago. Or maybe he drained it because he and the Republicans don't want to sit there and reflect on how shitty of a party that they are. And I want to remind you, this is going on while they're starving the military. I want to remind you, this is going on while they started an endless war in Iran, while they can't supply healthcare, but they have money to line this reflecting pool suddenly. I also want to know which one of Donald Trump's friends got him to do this. I want to know which one of them scooping off the top, getting their share while he's getting his. Now, is this a surprise to me? No, because they're doing everything they can to distract from the fact that they've got the Epstein files that they still haven't released, to distract from the fact that they have wars that they don't even have an end to. And the only surprise to me is, honestly, that shit's not lined gold. Congratulations, America. That's where your taxes are going to right now.
Oh, now she's concerned where our taxpayer money is going. Well, it looks like libs got a lib. Somebody posted that they were upset with President Trump because the actual reflection pool did not look like the rendered concept art that was provided. I'm telling you, my friends, these people are stupid.
Guys, she's so glad that the reflecting pool still reflects, but she's mad that it doesn't look anything like the original rendering. The rendering everybody was complaining about. Like, Trump could cure cancer, but then they'd be like, but why didn't you cure heart disease? Trump does not even need to do anything nice because no matter what he does, the left will bag him for it. And yet he still does stuff like clean up DC for the people who voted against him. Maybe the left is just filled with assholes.
Well, I think you're totally right. And here's another one of those a-holes.
I need to show you something because a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Okay.
This is the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Trump spent $6.9 million of your taxpayer dollars.
Okay, that was less than what I thought. I think it got up to 9 million though. But anyways, it's in the neighborhood.
On this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What's the problem?
He stood in the Oval Office holding up a chart comparing the length of the pool to the height of skyscrapers. The Sears Tower, the Empire State Building, the One World Trade Center. He literally titled the poster board, "Our pool is bigger than skyscrapers."
Because that's totally Trump. Of course he's going to say it's the biggest, it's the best. That's what he does. That's how he works. You don't understand that? Okay.
And he said it was going to be American flag blue, beautiful like the Eiffel Tower. It opened and it's black like the parking lot. It's black like asphalt. This is what he calls patriotism. $6.9 million for a black pool. And I need you to hold that number in your head because 11 million people are losing Medicaid. People are waiting 35 days for mental health care at the VA, and families can't afford groceries. The national debt is $39 trillion right now.
Well, I don't care if it's blue or black or whatever. It doesn't matter. The end result is that it is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, we've had enough listening to petty people on the left that just can't accept anything nice in their lives. They don't want to have anything beautiful or anything they could take pride in. So let's take a listen to some normal people, some average citizens commenting on the reflection pool. Take a look.
Why is this dividing people? That's dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
We have a lot of renovations going on, as you can see behind us, trying to make DC beautiful again, get that pool fixed up. How do you feel about those renovations, and what have you noticed since being in DC?
Some places are closed.
Jeez, get that microphone a little closer to the guy's face. Jeez Louise, lady, just pull it back a couple inches. My gosh.
Closed. I feel like we should do the renovations. They're, should have the state or the Capitol beautiful.
I think it's great. It's just, from the last time I was here, it looks a whole lot nicer.
So far, I am loving everything that I'm seeing, and I guess if they're doing some renovations to make things better, that's great.
I think it's a good idea to keep things sharp and looking nice. I've seen this, and I've heard some things about leaks in the pond, and they're painting it blue and all this other stuff, so let's hope it turns out the way it should.
Do you think that's important to Americans as citizens, that we have pride in our nation's capital and that it looks beautiful and that it's safe and clean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is that important to citizens in this nation?
I think it should be.
Absolutely. You should have pride in this capital.
I think the more people that come and are very proud to see and learn the history of the United States, I think that's probably better for the overall population.
They can do to make it just beautiful and clean and just, somewhere that people want to keep continuing to come back is very good.
Keep it up. Keep cleaning everything up and go hit all the other cities.
Very thankful and blessed.
And here are a couple more responses from the beautification that President Trump is doing in DC right now. He's not just doing the reflection pool. There's a lot of different projects going on at the same time to get ready for, the 250th celebration that's not far away. And, just take a listen. One is probably somebody on the right, and the last one is definitely a lib, but even she has to say, look, this is pretty awesome, and she hates saying it. Let's take a look.
This is crazy.
It's beautiful.
I'm from this area. I've never seen it like this. It's so blue. It is bouncing off the white marble. I've never seen the marble this clean before. We have two other fountains, too, that have the same blue water. Oh my God. It smells gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, breathtaking.
I thought it was a stupid idea to paint the reflecting pool, but y'all, it looks good. It actually looks really good. Like, it makes the reflection look extraordinarily prominent in a way that it did not look before. And I hate that.
If you're enjoying the show and would like to support the channel, you can always get some authentic Idle Hands merch. We have a lot of great stuff in the store. I think you'd like at least something. Go check it out now. You won't regret it. Well, my friends, it is June, and apparently they're not going to take it.
Not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
All right, let's hit it. Yeah.
We got the right to choose it. There ain't no way to lose it. This is our
What is this? Is that clapping? That's not clapping, is it? In sign language? Well, regardless.
You don't know us, you don't belong. We're not gonna take it.
No!
We ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Oh boy. What is this?
Touchdown to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn the shit to a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get go with an extremely deep. See 6 midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe it's just me, cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. Know what's going down every time that we are down. Take a look through the peephole, yo. Everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let the neeks know that we turn the club into a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn.
I'm not even sure if there's music playing in that room, but apparently that guy or gal or whoever seemed like they were having a good time. So, you know, no harm, no foul, I guess. You would think during Pride Month, things would be smooth sailing for anybody in the trans group, but apparently they still have to deal with some awkward questions. Take a look.
Divas, on today's episode of Men Know Nothing About Women's Bodies, coming from a trans man, I must share with you the horrors I have endured. So, when I came out to a coworker and I was like, I'm trans, he was like, oh, that's great. And, you know, thought about it for a while and I was like, okay, cool. And I like didn't really think about it. And then he comes back and he goes, so I have like kind of like a personal question. And I was like, sure, man, like, what's up? Like, I'm an open book. I'm one of those people that I would prefer you to ask me questions about what it's like being trans than try to Google it and get the wrong answer and then continue with life with a wrong opinion or wrong viewpoint, right? I know some people don't want to be asked questions. I don't really care. I'm an open book. So I was like, sure, man, what's up? And he was like, so, like your breasts, right? And I was like, yes, what about them? And he was like, well, how do you make them flat? Because, you know, I was flat. And he was like, and he was like confused. And I was like, oh man, like I use, you know, tape. Like I tape or, you know, I use like a binder. And he was like, yeah. Divas, lock in. Lock in! This is atrocious. He goes, but what happens to the milk in them? I'm sorry? I looked at him and I went, what? And he goes, like the milk, like what happens? Does it like go somewhere else in your body when you flatten them? Where does my milk go?
So Utah had its Pride Festival parade this last Saturday, and I came across an image from one of the vendors that set up to, you know, vend to sell stuff. But the image that I found was quite unsettling. And I was a little taken aback, to be honest. Well, here's the image that I'm talking about. Free satanic hugs. I mean, they're making it look all cutesy wootsy, but, well, you be the judge. This next clip shows the audacity of a boat that gets in the way of an Uber Eats driver leaving a residence. I'm telling you, that boat should be ashamed of itself. Well, finally, my friends, have you ever seen somebody doing their job and you just get the inclination that maybe, just maybe, they don't like their job? Take a look. Well, maybe they're just having a bad day. I don't know. But what I do know is that's it for today, my friends. Thank you for spending time with me. I do appreciate it greatly. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, slap that bell around so you're always notified. Share. That would be a great thing to help grow the channel. And if you've got an extra hype, well, I wouldn't mind getting it. And until the next episode, my friends, stay safe and have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.